Hello, this is Scott Smith from COBRA Firing Systems, and today I'm very excited to introduce a brand new product called the COBRA Deadman Control. So let's discuss, what is a deadman control? Well, the NFPA requires that for any type of a scripted or automated show, that the operator must hold some type of a device or a button or a switch such that if the operator were to become incapacitated, that automated show or that automated script would stop firing and the modules would stop firing and everything would be safe. So what COBRA has done is we've developed a deadman control that has a very convenient and easy to use lever that when pressed will cause the modules to fire within that automated show, and when released that will cause the modules to pause and stop firing. And this is something I will demonstrate a little bit later within the video. So in addition to the deadman lever, we've actually taken this a step above and beyond at COBRA, and we've added a couple of additional features. And you'll see that on the top of the deadman control, there's two buttons, a left button and a right button. This left button is actually emulating the pressing of the step button on the 18R2. And that step button can be used for what's called step scripting, where you can actually press the step button to work through your events within the show. Or within automated shows, if you press the step button, it's automatically going to fast forward and fire the next cue within your script. The right button is used for alternate firing, and that's a new feature within our 4.0 firmware release, where a user can define any number of alternate events so that when a show is running, if something's not firing, or if there's a little bit of a dark sky, you can go ahead and press that alternate button and it'll send up the next alternate cue that you've predefined. So again, a couple of cool features. We've got the buttons on the top and we also have the lever control on the side. Let's discuss the construction of the COBRA Deadman control. This is a very high quality control. This is an industrial control that we've actually retrofitted specifically for the COBRA system. As I mentioned before, you have the lever here, you've got the two buttons on the top. Below the unit, we have an excellent strain relief system that's been designed into this that will help protect this against just general use long term. And on the other end, we have a high quality industrial connector that we've further reinforced with epoxy and an additional insulation coating here that we've placed onto the unit. So we've done a number of things to really ensure that when you purchase this device, that it's going to last for the life of the system and survive kind of your traditional outdoor harsh environment conditions. So let's discuss the requirements and installation of the COBRA Deadman control. So it's pretty straightforward. The Deadman control was designed to operate with the COBRA 18R2. The philosophy that COBRA takes on our designs is that we really want to build things that can work with stuff that you've already purchased. So it's a very modular design, it's a very simple installation process. You do not need to purchase an additional controller. I'll provide a link to the installation video below. In addition, the only other requirement is that you're operating on the COBRA 4.0 firmware release or greater. And again, with COBRA, we are constantly making improvements. We have new firmware releases that provide new functionality, and all of that can be upgraded into your existing systems that you own today. Cool, so let's have some fun and actually demonstrate the COBRA Deadman control. First, I'm going to demonstrate the Deadman lever, then I'm going to demonstrate the step button, and lastly, I'm going to demonstrate the alternate button. So let's begin by plugging the Deadman control directly into the 18R2. So you'll notice I have an 18R2, and just above the USB port is the port for the Deadman. And all I do is I take the plug from the Deadman control, I have this little black button facing up, and just simply snap it in. For the purposes of this video, I have already loaded a script onto the 18R2, and I've configured that script to support the Deadman lever. I'll provide a link within the description that will explain how to configure the script for the Deadman lever. And it's also important to mention that if you do not configure the script to support the Deadman lever, you can still use the step and the alternate buttons on the top of the Deadman control. So that configuration on the script is really just for the lever itself. The step and the alternate buttons will always work regardless of whether you require the use of the Deadman lever. So let's go ahead and arm the 18R2. Once armed, you'll notice that it displays my armed module count. And I've configured the script to start by pressing button number 1 on channel 0. So let's go ahead and start the script. Now you'll notice when the script is started, it's immediately displaying the letters PAU, and that stands for pause. And the reason that it's displaying that is because it's requiring the operator to press the Deadman lever in order for that script to fire. So you'll notice that when I press the Deadman lever, the script is firing. And when I release the Deadman lever, it displays PAU and the modules will stop firing, effectively pausing the show. And you can do this as many times as you want during the show. Now let's demonstrate the step button functionality. To demonstrate this, I've created two different scripts. The first script is a pure step script where we're going to use the step button to manually step through the events of the script. The second script is an automated timed event script where we're going to use the step button to automatically fast forward to that next event. Now let's go ahead and start our step event script. You'll notice at the bottom of the 18R2, it's displaying the letters SP, and that refers to step. And you'll notice that when I press the step button on the top of the Deadman control, it's going to fire the next event within that step script. And I can repeat this process. I can do it as fast as I want, and every time I press that step button, it's going to fire the next step event. Now what's really cool is when you create step scripts, it actually allows you to watch your show and to simply use your thumb to kind of press through the different events. So it's a much more enjoyable experience as an operator. Now let's go ahead and start our script, which is a timed event script. Now you'll notice when I start the script, you'll see there's a countdown occurring, different events are firing, and what may occur is, let's say a cake fired, but it ended early. And now you're staring at the 18R2, it's got 20 seconds left before the next event, there's nothing going up in the sky, and you're like, oh no, this is really bad. So what you can do is by pressing the step button during an automated script, it's going to automatically fast forward to the next event and fire that immediately. That's going to remove that dark sky and it's going to improve the show. Now let's demonstrate the alternate button. The purpose of the alternate button is to fire alternate events that you have defined within your script. An alternate event is an event where, let's say you have an automated show running or a pyro musical and there's some black sky. A cake ended early, a certain shell didn't fire. You simply press the alternate button and it's going to fire an alternate event in the order in which they're defined. So if you have 10 alternate events, when you press the button the first time, it'll fire the alternate event 1, and it'll continue to do that all the way up until 10. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start my script. Now you'll notice that the script is running. It's an automated timed event script. I just happen to define my alternate events as channel 99, queues 1 through 10. Now you're not limited to that. You can have different alternate events on different combinations of channels and queues. So it's not just one module that you can fire them off of. And you'll see here is when I press the alternate button, it's going to fire the first alternate event, in this case channel 99, Q1. And now let's just give it a little bit more time, and now let's fire our second alternate event. And you'll see that's channel 99, Q2. And you can see I can continue to do this at any time, and that's going to fire those alternate events, while at the same time the script is firing normally, it's firing its regular events. You don't have to worry about pressing this button while another event is running. It's going to happen in parallel, and everything's going to fire properly. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed the demonstration. As always with COBRA, we are very interested in feedback from our clients. Our feedback is what drives the future of our products, so please reach out to us directly through the contact section of our website. Thanks again.